So we are starting this once again. Hi people, what's up? It's me, Sui, your friendly neighborhood Vietnamese anime girl here. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I just got a blue screen update, so we are restarting the stream. But it's me, Sui, and yeah. Let me see if the stream is actually started or not. And I'm apparently what counts the blue screen update was my voice mod. But hi, I'm a new YouTuber. You know, I need to repeat myself again. So feel free to suggest what kind of content that I should do in my for the future of my channel. But I'm just doing anime girl doing anime stuff. Also, I have a plan to add a little bit of joke to today's stream by making my voice mod by making a little bit of a voice filter that turn my voice a little bit higher. But it seems like that program kind of blue screen update my computer. So maybe I will try my best to produce a high pitched voice for now as a joke. That is. But I'm gonna need to restart a little bit, so hold on to me for a minute. Ah, that's the wrong one. Holy shit. I'm such a dumbass sometimes. Time to shoot some people. Ủa ra ngoài đi. Đây để nhờ chị nhìn con nhìn cái nốt này. Và nhìn được tí để điều chỉnh cái nốt với con. Để pha đi, để làm lại để mà để nhìn tí thôi.
Stream elements. Dewey Hung 2H is now live. Streaming
Now
Age of
we're
Empires
live, huh?
2, modding stream,
No, what's
making my
up with that?
Vietnamese 12 Warlords map, history banter, new alert, new TTS.
Now I need to recut this stream out. Hold on. Fuck it. Fuck you too. Alright, I'm back, so I'm fully set things up. Also, today quote, you know, never gonna leave you up. I already went through that before in, you know, the cut the stream. But let's just do it again. Today quote is a bit of a doozy, you know. Never gonna leave you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Yeah, we're done here. And so we're gonna jump right into the map making stream. And I've already introduced you into my map making before. Maybe in my dream, because I could not recall or do something much about it. But in the last episode of what I thought of my dream is that I made this entire dungeon. I made a castle called Dai La, which was the capital of the Viet, you know. And this also is in this also Tuyên Quang. Oh, not really this Tuyên Quang. Which is near Bacan, used to be over there by Thai peoples. Also, I'm just gonna go into the test mode because first is not a charm, but second is a charm. So it's just gonna load all the assets once you test it. And also, in this map, I also added a lot of new things, like a weather system. So you know, this is like a center of a province, right? And they're gonna have a little bit of a deal with every players that is approaching near the province. You just need to click on the TC on the main building, capital building of a province, and then you click at P35, the village. And there's also a weather system, but I will go into it in a bit. But if you back in the village, then it will just become your new town center, and you need to do some certain fulfillment to get all the buildings in that one province to your side. So essentially, I haven't implemented that feature yet, but right now it turned into a building of a province, right? And also I added something like a winter attrition mechanic. If you haven't noticed, in winter, when enemy is near your province, then they will suffer from minus much HP debuff. So let's go ahead and just neutral these pupils, and you'll see right away that they're not got reduced. Just about like 1.5. I mean 1/3 or 1/4. So that's pretty neat. You could actually show them a little bit. So I don't know what's up with probably there's a little bit of few bugs into, because it seemed that sometimes it could heal the bike, health bike up. But that is the winter attrition mechanic that I have added with this map, and we also have a season mechanic that also acts like healing on top of a spring. So spring is more for offensive type of play, and winter is more for defensive type of play. And summer you just have like a resource gathering bonus and stuff like that, and also in autumn, right? But in our chit chat about mechanics, and also I have added a little bit of stuff so you could see that in different seasons, building also change. I mean, the surrounding environment also changed with time. So it's a pretty cool new things that you haven't seen in any Age of Empires 2 games. So it's pretty smart, you know. Well, I've done this with the scanner parcels. I haven't developed this map a lot, so to say. So this is the fundamentally, I guess, so-called features. But without chit-chatting about mechanics, there's also this Swalu cave, which was once belonged to the Duke of Huan, who is called Ding Bo Ling. Ding Bo Ling, right? He started with he started as like a villager. He used to be a villager in some village. I could not recall the name, but he's the uniter of Viet after that, which was named Viet, not just Viet, but Viet. He's the uniter. He started from zero, and then he built a base and rather his regiments in inside of a cave, and then he rebelled against the government, the central government, that is. And we also have a high farm over here, which I just made that from scratch, not following any instruction or reference or anything, so it could look false. But well, it's not like you could see any reference to the main, to the old feudal buildings. I mean, feudal cities. There isn't any reference to it, so I just go along with finishing what's right. And then there's also a unnamed province here. I could not recall the name. But yeah, overall that's it. And this has to be Tam Dai here. I mean, it's an old name of a province, not really the current name, but still. If you click on define the village, there would be something special happen. So it doesn't seem that my mouth is moving. Right. Let me just check that a little bit. I always find it very very disturbing if I'm talking and my mouth isn't moving. So maybe the cat, maybe it just the sensitivity is a little bit wrong here. Maybe that should fix it. But yeah, there's also a little bit of bug that I haven't fixed. But still, if you click on define this village, the central building will collapse and even if you garrison out of it. So
Ready.
Yeah, you know, be careful before you
Xin phụng mệnh.
be careful before you defy a village. If you defy the village though, however, you have the opportunity to seize that village for yourself.
Tiến
But you
công.
can destroy the building and steal resources out of them.
Điện hạ có gì sai bảo, xin tuân
So,
lệnh.
you know, but
Mandatum.
there will also be Gaia enemy unit garrison out
Có
of
tiểu
from
nhân,
there, and
tiểu
you
nhân
need to
đã rõ.
defend them and stuff like that. But usually they
Gì?
wouldn't
Xin phụng mệnh các quý đệ.
even
Tiểu
notice
nhân làm ngay.
you. So
Ready.
that's a bug that I should fix.
Điện hạ có gì sai bảo các quý đệ. Tiểu nhân đã rõ. Tiểu nhân làm ngay tuân lệnh. Tiểu nhân đã rõ.
That shot quite hurts.
Xin tuân lệnh. Tiến công.
So you just need to be careful. And on top of that, if you destroy your current buildings, The rule of the game is to each player there's around 8 players in the map, right? But 6 players only are the warlords, so they are allowed to take over province and stuff like that. Neutral province, that is. There's also Thai peoples over here on this place, but I haven't added them on there. And there could be a Southern Han. Oh yeah, Southern Han is around here, or around right over here. But there's also Thai peoples over here, which could represent Dali and stuff like that. But if you destroy a province, for example, it's like a risk type of map. If you destroy a province, then other players could take it back. What is rightfully theirs, so they would destroy that. But so let's just delete this province. So the province of Baghdad has been overtaken, so other players are free to contest. So it's now being a neutral province again. And if you have a unit nearby and you click on it, you can click on the appease village or defy villages to destroy it outright. However you wish, because you can only take like 3 provinces at a time. You cannot take more than 3 provinces, and you need to expand more on top of that. So you could just destroy the village or defy the village. Defy the village or appease the village. Defy if you have the maximum amount of village, or appease the village if you can. That's the premise of the whole risky type of map, But overall, let's just appease the province again. So it will just go back to your province again, but you need to do the requirement to fulfill on taking all of this back to you again. There's always a requirement when you appease the village. Sometimes they ask for military security, so you need to build army camps and stuff like that. Sometimes they ask for economic security, so you need to build economic buildings. And sometimes they ask for you to destroy all the villages. So you need to go over to other villages and defy them. So and other times they would also ask you to kill certain wild animals. I'm still thinking of the quest system, but essentially that would be really fun to think of. But yeah, overall that's the whole map, the whole mechanic of the map. And that's also a mechanic that I plan in the future. It's called taking back the central government. So after 1 hour of game time, that's also a special player that will also start here, and they will also start with the central place unlocked all to themselves. They don't have to do any requirement for them to unlock it. So essentially that player is like the central Lei dynasty, which was the ruling dynasty before the whole anarchy of 12 warlord happened. So essentially they were the ruling government. But after that, the player who control them will also have they will essentially get contested with this province once other players go large enough. Like once other players have all 3 provinces to themselves, right? And it's more than 1 hour of game time, they could challenge the centralized government, so to say. And there will be it will be like a regicide, or as you would like to call it, King of the Hill. So King of the Hill moment is to all of the players who are big enough just come to this central place and contest over it. And if they hold this place to themselves for about probably 10 minutes, all of their they will win the match. So essentially it's like the final endpoint to take over this central province. But enough of talk, we also make this place, and we make this place, and make this place. But we have to continue on with making another certain place. Also this Haiphong, also this Thanh Hóa, if you haven't noticed. Thanh Hóa used to be called a different name before. It was called bit of different name, but I can't recall. But Thanh Hoa it's also the home of Ha Long Bay. If that name kind of rings some familiar to you. Ha Long Bay is a very popular tourist destination. There's a lot of different sea rock and stuff on top of that around this area, so you can see that it being represented here. Sound is a bit loud, right? Once I go over here for some reason. But yeah, there's a lot of sea rock formation and stuff like that. It's a bit very interesting. So yeah, Thanh Hoa also the home of Ha Long Bay. Very interesting location. But probably around the Middle Ages, there wouldn't be any Ha Long Bay you're speaking of, so it's just a gold mine for now. But still, the season mechanic is pretty robust, I would say. But it's a little bit laggy for now, so I need to fix it in the future to solve the lag. But without further ado, let's build our dream map once again. And hey, Dr. Butsy, thanks for coming to the channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. And this a bit of a April Fool's joke. I don't know, just a little bit. I'm just playing with the new anime model here. Although I won't say new, but I'm pretty new to streaming myself, so it just probably just gonna be a restart to my channel. We need to revamp the channel for all the weeaboos out there to watch me. So hope you don't mind, but the change is coming to the future. So why was I making this map? Also, yeah, there was like a campfire here, which is pretty cool. Also a big cyber tree here. When you launch the map, that tree will essentially get destroyed, and it will just tumble into some sort of bonfire. So it looks pretty cool. There are a lot of elements, but maybe I'm focusing on building this province. Oh yeah, there's also this province with which I still leave a lot of things behind. Also, if you don't know, the modern Vietnamese border is not around. It's a little bit smaller on the northern side. Because during the Middle Ages, Vietnam used to extend all the way to a little bit of a territory that belongs to China, so to say. Over here in this northern province, it used to belong to Vietnam until it was taken back by China and stuff like that. So you can see the border looks a little bit weird compared to the old Vietnamese border, but essentially that's pretty accurate. I went with my history lesson. I hope today's stream wouldn't crash and burn in fire, as it tends to do again, So I'm just deciding on which province I want to develop next. Maybe the northern province, I don't know. Maybe I could make a poll. Hold on, let's make a poll. That would be Southern Viet, right? Maybe I'm just gonna divide it by Northern and Southern, so the choices are a little bit easier for you to pick. But overall, I would like to show you my code as well. Just hold on, I will open PyCharm. The coding behind this map. I would like to watch I would like to watch a reference to Đại Viet again. You know, the old Đại Viet map. So we're over here, right? Is the reference to the map right now. It is to look like this, and back in the day there was like a huge territorial occupation. I don't know if it's occupation, you know. It used to belong to Đại Viet or occupied by Đại Viet, but not after, you know, a certain date. Territory is lost, so it used to belong to Đại Viet. You know that, right? So we could, you know, make a whole lot of difference here by developing the southern province. In the past, I already focused on the most populated area like Hải Phòng, Đại La, or you know, whatever this place is. I could not recall. Oh yeah, Hải Phòng was called Hải Môn. Also, I keep messing up. This should be Hải Phòng, right? Why did I call? What? Oh yeah, I did call this Hải Phòng. Oh, this Thanh Hóa. I just keep messing Hải Phòng and Thanh Hóa up for some reason. They kind of feel similar. But Thanh Hóa should be near Huế, so I kind of kept messing that up. Thanh Hóa should be near Huế, so Thanh Hóa is around here. But Hải Phòng is around here. It is to be called Hải Môn. So yeah, my bad. I just keep messing things up for some reason. Like I just keep messing two different provinces up. That's just my thinking, you know. Oh yeah, it used to be called Kieu Trân. So Thanh Hóa used to be called Kieu Trân. Very cool. Also, Huế used to be called Ái Châu, maybe, or maybe Huế is around here, but this Nghệ An. Could not even recall my geography. Also, they are using the old names here, so you know, essentially you have to get used to it. Yeah, Yên Bái is around here, so we could develop Yên Bái. Also, Yên Bái used to be Tuyên Quang, right? Maybe Yên Bái is a little bit further away from here. Tam Đài. Oh yeah, Tam Đài was a place. Oh, also Tam Đài was also a Chinese province name, so probably they make like a new Tam Đài over in Vietnam or something. I don't know. Because Vietnam used to be ruled over by China, and it's a long story. Tam Đài, no. Used to be in Quảng, no, not Quảng Nam. Quảng Nam is China. Could not even recall the name, but it should be something along here. This used to be the actual map, so... Oh yeah, you could see Tam Đài is right over here. But Yên Bái is all the way across. So it's more in the northern province. Oh yeah, and Tam Viên Mount is over here. That's pretty cool. And Yên Bái is way over here. But Yên Bái should be a more popular place to develop. Tam Đài is over the way here. But if I consider this place Tam Đài, there should be a little bit of changes. Maybe it's more like Phong Châu. Maybe I should rename the name to be Phong Châu. And Yên Bái should be here. Although the province looks a little bit small, right? It doesn't look that right, so I might extend the border a little bit. So they should be Yên Bái. And Vĩnh Long probably all the way up here. I know what that place might look like. if we're making a southern province, probably I will focus on a place like this. There's a lot of cities along the Red Rivers, if you haven't noticed, during the history of Viet. So a lot of cities along the Red River, and that is the main river delta. But I just want to spread the province, so it will look a little bit more playable, you know. So this could be Tanzan, probably. Tanzan just right around this river corner. We have a lot of fucking provinces. Yeah, interesting to see. And Southern Isle is over here and Dali is over here, so I should make them a separate player. Haiho is over here, so yeah, this also Haiho. Maybe I will develop this a little bit of mountainous place. Wouldn't be hard to develop, right? Yeah, it does look nice, so. Oh yeah, Van Don is over here, so I'm also building this place up. Well, it looks very interesting, you know. It's also in the process of it's in the primitive process so far. Also, there's one province way over here, which I already mapped for some reason. Probably that's Van Don. But this should be a different place. Or I should just take the province that the modern Vietnam having right now and just make them, you know, a place. Because I just want the city to be spread out throughout the whole territory for the whole map to be used. But there used to be a no development, you know, back in the days for those regions. So I just need to make things up when I go along with it. So it's a little bit of process of a thinking process, of a little bit of brainstorming process, you know. Also, I've been to this place before, if I could recall it. Yeah, this whole swamp area. I used to go over here. Used to be called something. But it's a really great hiking places on top of that. So it's pretty cool. I only remember the river name, I think. I return a lot to Halam just because it's pretty. Map could take a little bit of while to load. Also, we could go over to Python and see the code, what the actual code of this map looks like. So this is the code behind the season mechanics. It's pretty fun at the end of the day. Feel free to check it out. But essentially, we just take our old code and delete it, like in the first part, right? And then in the second part, we declare all the trigger. We declare all the variables over here, so we could fetch all the trees in the map. So there would be a seasonal variant to it, and all the bush in the map, all the stuff like that. They're just getting the seasonal tree variant, so you could fetch like different trees and stuff, and add some sort of random trees to variant to them. It's very cool. And this is just running from season 1 to 4, which is spring, summer, autumn, and winter, you know. And after that, we also run through the whole season again. And with the modified season stuff, we also add on top of that, change the short description of the season that we are changing into. So essentially, if you click on guest season bonuses info, you could see that when a certain season pass, it will also display the bonuses that it might have. So you need to heal 1 + 1 per 15 seconds, for example, trade. On season number 2, that means summer, we'll get some resource gathering bonus. Winter is number 4, so there's attrition mechanics again. Very cool. And which is season, right? We also have a little bit of stuff going on. So we changed the color mode of the map, so it just makes the lighting a little bit better. Also, with each season, there's also a new display instruction, so players could see that a new season just come and stuff like that. Also, I just want to add a little bit of something to it, like maybe a little bit of cursive, like this, for example, and then plus the entire thing. A little bit of line, so people could see what the thing is actually all about. Or I could add like different colors to the text, depends on the season, maybe. I would just think about it. Oh yeah, the change color mood thingy. Also, yeah, season transition, there we go. If you got to this far, the next things the script is gonna do is to change the season visually itself. So so for example, if you went over to I just go to testing once again just to showcase what I really mean. So essentially, season kind of comes in wave, and if a certain season comes, there will also a little bit of a transition between season and season by waves. So like when summer comes, there's gonna be a wave sweeping around the country, just gonna change the whole map visually like that. So it's like a storm, you know, you sweep across the country, and then just like that, all the autumn trees got turned into winter trees. So you could see the change visually and over time. So that's I think that's pretty cool. And I just changed all the trees and stuff and that. And on top of that, at the end of the script, I also added some sort of a season bonus. Also, I'm demonstrating here, so you could see the wave transition effect, as I might call it. And it is autumn right now, so you could see that some trees are actually autumn and stuff like that, you know. And winter has come, so you could see that the transition is happening right now. There's gonna be a storm sweeping across the country from the I guess I should change it to southeast, because season tends to change from the southeast onward. But right now, I mean, it's not east, right? But right now it's northwest. But essentially it's not that important. But still, it will be more realistically when season change from northeast of the country. But yeah, changing from northwest, you could see that there are different trees and transition, you know, on top of that. So it looks pretty cool, like a swipe across the country, so you could see the change visually over time. That's pretty cool. And for now, I left the cooldown of changing season to be 1 minute, so I could observe that well. But essentially, in the final products, maybe for each 5 to 10 minutes, there will be a season change. So there we go. But it looks pretty cool. Nothing like that ever got developed in Age of Empires before, so I also make something out of out of scratch here. And the code the code to all of the stuff. I would not do a publicize this yet because I'm planning to make a tutorial video about this about the parser. So I will just share the code in the future when it's more fleshed out. But yeah, the season change is pretty cool, isn't it? Also make some kind of show so you could watch it for yourself. It's called seasonal modding in Age of Empires 2 or something. It's very cool. So with this, so this is actually my first shot, so you could check it out. It's pretty cool. Essentially, I kind of fast forward this footage so you could see that the seasonal transition is pretty fast here. I really like the transition between fall and winter. It looks pretty cool. Like on top of visually changing from summer to fall, it's like changing the color of the leaves, right? But changing from fall to winter, you add snows on top of that, and it looks so amazing. Perhaps maybe winter to spring as well, just because it will defrost the leaves and it will turn all the trees back to its greener variant. So yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Do you see the snowy tree over here on the top left corner, right? It just changed back into a greener variant. It looks very cool. And nothing much happened between spring and summer, by the way. It's just a little bit of leaf changes, that's all. Like a little bit of ground prop changes, but haven't added much stuff. Because spring and summer basically is the same in Vietnam anyways. That's like the old code, but I've added some updates on top of it, so you could see that there's also code where another season would give you bonuses. So if it's spring, then it will add healing over time to your unit, and it will actually boost your trade profit. So that's pretty cool. Also, if the season is summer, then you would get some gathering bonuses and stuff on top of that. And the same goes with autumn. You would get resource bonuses, but in a different array, like wood and food, because well, in autumn there tends to be a less leaf, right? So you could chop tree and process that a little bit faster. And for food, because there will be a lot of roaming animals around. Golden stone for summer. Also, yeah, probably during summer there would be a lot of rainings, so you could not just go out there and gather food or gather wood and stuff like that. So that's the logic behind it. And if the season is winter, then building HP is increased, so to say. I'm working on with this bonus because there is a little bit of bugs going on. Just more building HP, you know, because the season is cold and the wood burn a little bit harder or something. And and attrition mechanics if enemy unit is near your tab, stuff like that. Very cool idea. Thanks OpenH there for commenting on my channel. Are you a developer from OpenH Studio? I mean Capture H, right? That's a program with Age of Empires 2. So are you a developer with Capture H, OpenH? It kind of rings familiar to me if your name is OpenH and one specific program is also named Capture H. So I figured that you might be working for them. So I do have some future planning. First of all, I'm out of a job currently right now. Not really, but I'm planning to get a new job in the future, right? But I'm also seeking opportunity to work with Age of Empires 2 dev, if that makes any sense. But essentially, I'm still not really that confident with my ability of modding this game. Not Capture H, the other GitHub project. That's cool. Although I haven't heard of the OpenH project before, so I would like to hear it more from you if it's possible. But essentially, I would like to work for Capture H. I would like to submit a CV, but I kind of feel a little bit of maybe there would be like a little bit of a interview for me. But I will see whenever I'm free, because I'm kind of taking a vacation from now, so I just want to apply like a new CV for them, so they could hire me. They could consider hiring this old anime girl. Not a cat anymore, but I'm an anime girl now. I'll be able to fool everyone. Yeah, if the season is winter, then I would add on attrition mechanic. But so this attrition mechanics a little bit. Sorry, hard to. Thanks for coming to the channel. Nice turtle anime, nice turtle avatar you have there. But thanks for checking my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. But yeah, I was going on about the winter. Also, yeah, the Texas bitch lady. How dare you sleep while I'm streaming like this? Are you not reading the chat right now? Hello?
So hard to.
So yeah, you need to cut out some slack, pupils, because she tend to be lazy. But I will refresh her just a minute. Hold up. So yeah, I was going on with the winter mechanic. There will be attrition when your troops is nearing your base and stuff like that. I would like to demonstrate that again. So I will just go into test and I will wait for 2 minutes for winter to hit. So for winter, right, you have a bonus HP to all buildings. I have to go ahead and fetch all the buildings in building info, so I could get I could modify all of the players' building. Essentially going through all the players building, like churches or houses and town center and stuff like that, put all of them onto a list and then just add a new effect on top of that. So it's like a pretty essentially it's like a 10 lines of code, you know, right? It's
So
like 10
hard
lines
to.
of code, but
Nice.
it's very nice, and I will go into that in a bit. It's like a 10 lines. It's like 10 lines of code, but essentially when it generates, when that generates into triggers, it will generate over 60,000 effects. So that's a little bit of extreme. It's a little bit bloated, but what can you say? At least it's not lagging the game. So you could see that window.
So hard to. Good luck and always healthy.
Yeah, I do pay a lot of attention to our mental health and stuff relating to that. So I just want to stream whether I feel like to, even when I have free time. So yeah, in the winter mechanic, I will showcase you in a bit. You know that those people are your allies, right? Essentially, they are all your allies. So there's a little bit of bugs. I don't know why they give like bonus HP when there's like a loop heal and stuff like that. But you see these people, they are in their max HP, right? But if you change your diplomacy to them, so just change them to neutral, perhaps during winter. You could see that we are hostile to them. Although we need to take back to ourselves first. So this province would be considered ours when we take it. So this province is now ours, and you could see that pupils are not doing so well now. They are suffering a little bit from province sickness, if you might call it. A little bit of province malaria. So you could see that units that carry archers suffer from minus 15 HP damage. Units like
so
elephant suffer from 75 HP. Yeah, and thanks for checking my channel out. I haven't seen you before in the channel, so good luck and Godspeed to you and stuff like that.
So hard to. Sorry, can't be long.
Yeah, and also for Open Age, right? I haven't read your message, so I just stumbled onto this stream by accident, and what you do look actually really good. I have been making. I used to make Age of Empires mod when I was really young, so around probably. More than 10 years ago, I made mod for this game during the Age of Conquerors, you know. So it's not really good or anything, but I really do know a lot of tricks when I play other people's map in Age of King 7. Just stuff like that makes me really frequent myself with the game mechanics and stuff like that. So this is the project that I'm having so far. I also have other projects. I also have other projects or other finished projects, finished map, link on the description below, right? One of the others that I really recommend you playing is my Rebirth of the Colosseum map. It's very cool. There's a lot of tricks involved when you play that map. Although it needs a little bit of update because the developer of Age of Empires 2 keeps screwing with the game. So yeah, that tends to be a little bit of bug, so it needs a little bit of update, but I haven't bring myself to update that so far. But this is what we're doing, right? This is what we're doing. We're having fun in the process. We're also having fun explaining the whole process so far. So let's go with the code of the attrition mechanic.
_dev. I'll check out your Heavens account.
I mean, you don't need to, but I'm just suggesting. If you have fun checking my workout, feel free. But yeah, what's the attrition? Yeah, this is the attrition mechanic. So I must ask a question first. Open Age Dev. Are you familiar with the tool called Age of Empires Scenario Parser? Are you familiar with that tool? If you are from Open Age, right? I just want to check what that project might be. Maybe I could do something with it. Open Age, right? Maybe 2. Maybe I can search your project over here. That seems pretty cool. I know what that might offer, but my main tool overall right now is the Age of Empires tool Scenario Parser. So
Open
I also make a
_dev.
library.
Not really the scenario parser.
Yeah, the Scenario Parser is very cool, but I just want to check your project out also, right? What this project might be. Cross-platform RTS game engine. What does this mean? Also, a very cool landing page, I must say.
Open _dev. It's an engine rewrite, basically.
Also, it kind of makes modding more compatible, right? Do you support newer version like Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition and stuff like that? So let me see how it do things again. Open is a platform for original Age of
Open
Empires 2
_dev.
games.
Yeah, smiley face.
Yeah, let me check it a little bit. Modding OpenAge user open API powered by our human readable.
Openage _dev. Still very much work in progress though.
Yeah, so I could not say what it might do apart from the the cross-platform thing, but I need to see how it actually works until I have a conclusion to it, But it seems like an ongoing project so far. There's a lot of commit as I could see. So you must have developed this for around 9 years, essentially. That's a really long time. So good luck to your team if you're still developing this. Are you the main developer of OpenAge? Are you the main developer or are you one of the employees? So quote unquote. Because it'll be an honor for me to speak of an author of such a great project like this, even though I could not recall what it might actually look like. But props to you so far. For me though, I'm a web developer in real life, so I do have some project that I might want to private so far, but also do have a public project like all my Age of Empires to involve with stuff. So you could see that there's also what was that? Oh yeah, the tutorial of Age of Empires 2 Scanner Passer. So this are the code example that I might have or might build a YouTube video out of that. So for example, I already made a video about how you of a certain code that you could copy to your actual project, so you run it and then you just I will also tend to update this over time when the actual project got changed and stuff like that. I would like to update with the current version and stuff like that. Also how the code works essentially over here, so you just run this code and essentially you could change your map sizes and stuff like that, and I do have a YouTube video when it comes to that on explaining how it works.
Openage _dev. I'm one of the main devs, yeah. I usually do the reverse engineering for graphics formats like SLD.
That's interesting. Although I guess your project's more involved into some sort of a total conversion kind of tool for Age of Empires version compatibility, right? So that's what I would like to think of your project so far. Although yeah, I've heard of the SLD and SLP graphic formats before. Although I could not even recall that it's just unique. That kind of graphics is kind of unique to Age of Empires 2. Whether or not those kind of graphics just be unique to Age of Empires 2 engine, or it would be some sort of graphics that are more related to other game engine, So I would like to search it out, whether or not it's true or not. It's LD format, yeah. So from what I've seen so far, it's more related to only Age of Empires 2 kind of graphics, right? For other things, you could see that those are not even related to graphical files and stuff like that.
Yes, it's Aoe2 specific.
Very Aoe2
the
specific,
SLD
yes.
format was especially weird, laughing face.
How weird it is. Can you elaborate further? I used to work a little bit for graphics mod before. So if you don't know, I'm also the author of Age of Empires 2 designer dataset. So if you don't know, I will show it to you just a little bit, just about the Age of Empires 2 designer dataset. So this is a useful tool for a lot of map makers out there. So if you download this tool and use this dataset, there's also different units that you could place in your map. For example, clips out of the unit window, very cool. So you could place it however you like, and you could place some obscure stuff like projectiles and rubbles and stuff like that. Then it would create like some sort of very cool stuff. Like as you could see, the bridge is over here. That is entirely made by frens rubble, and that is pretty cool. I will show you in a little bit. That's the whole premise of my designer dataset. So you can see there's a fence, right? It looks like this when it got destroyed to a rubble. So you could essentially place that next to each other, and you could create some sort of a wooden platform and stuff like that. It looks pretty cool, and you could use that for stairs as well. For example, you could make stairs like this. It would make it would look like an actual spiral stairs like that, you know. It looks very cool, and I've already applied this to a lot of my maps so far. Just two of my map, but still, I would like to exaggerate it a little bit. So essentially, you could make like wooden bridge with rubber from fences and stuff like that. You don't need like a graphical data mod to it. But essentially, it's very cool. But on top of that, this tool will also provide you a little bit of custom graphics, like you could see that invisible objects now do have like a. Now you could actually properly see invisible unit when you place them. So you don't know, this is a really useful unit for a lot of. If you want to make like an invisible unit, and you would have like an invisible attacker, so you could add some sort of special mechanics into it. It looks it works very well, and its graphics in the base game would be transparent, and you could not select them. But in this case, you could actually select the invisible unit, so to say. So, example, you would like to task object, right? As such, you could not select them for the most part, but you could see where it actually is, so you could select an area to it, maybe perhaps. But on top of that, you could also select all the units that are got hidden in the editor. For example, Berserk actually has like a invisible graphics for now. It used to be a unit, but not anymore. It used to be an alpha. There used to be an alpha graphics to it, right? And it could attack, so it works very well as an invisible attacker. So as you place them, right, you could actually select them with the triggers. So that's pretty cool. With the invisible object, you could not select them though, because they got hard-coded like that. But you could select an invisible unit like Berserk, for example. So yeah, for every invisible unit, there will also be a specific graphics, custom graphics for it.
So cool.
Not as cool as your overall project though. I would like to hear whether or not that project got finished so far. So you know, do give me a heads up when you probably need some playtest. I don't know if I could playtest it using my Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, because I don't really play the HD edition much. I just have the base HD edition, that's it. But well, I could crack the Conquest edition again, but that would be a little bit of a stretch. But my main edition is the DE edition so far, so I'm working mainly on here. But if you wanna test, feel free, you know, with your project. If I have some time, you know, I do really enjoy helping people out with my tutorial and stuff like that. So I would like to help you out if it's necessary. So we'll go ahead. Let's see our voting. Let's see our polls a little bit. Seems like people want Mewtwo of your Northern Viet, huh? Well, Northern Viet is pretty cool.
Dev. Well, your project looks actually usable, unlike our.
Essentially, it's pretty easy to make actually. So it only requires me and my little brains to actually make that a possibility.
Dev. But thanks for offering help.
Yeah, if you want to use my project, feel free, because the links are all on the description so far. But yeah, it's just really useful tool for all the modders out there to be able to put any unit you would like. So for example, right, that's also villager variant. So if you would like to place some certain villager onto your map, they do have like a different kind of visual and stuff like that, right? So there's normal female villagers, but you can also place a builder female villagers. These villagers, by the way, in the vanilla editor, they wouldn't be displayed. But essentially, you could place them, you know, when you are using this dataset, so feel free to do so. And on top of that, like a fisher farmer female, they're carrying a basket and a sickle. So it looks really cool. I really do enjoy using this variant a lot. And you know, in different townsfolk, right? There's also a fisherman female variant, and it looks like she is carrying a net, right? But you could also imagine they are carrying some sort of rugs and stuff like that. So I really do enjoy using this female villager variant when you want some NPCs doing laundry and stuff like that. So for example, this is like a laundry area, right? So you just pick a villager into that location and just pretend that she's doing the laundry and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It's just convenient, such, you know. You could also copy those villagers from another map that you might spot there some sort of a villager variant like that, but it's essentially easier to just use my tool, I guess. On top of that, there's also building rubbles, which you could place on your map, and with some certain tricks you could make them exist for eternity, so it wouldn't really go away unless you build stuff on top of them. So it's pretty cool. You could essentially make them stay on the map forever. So it acts like a really good looking stuff, you know, props. I like to save this scanner first though, because I would like to go over onto this other map that I have. And you could see that the utilization of this. Also, the stream is a little bit lagging, right? I need to probably change into this, maybe. I don't know if the stream is lagging now. Feel free to tell me if the stream is lagging. Maybe I would like to close a little bit of this and that, so it will be less laggy. But I would just like to go over to this other map that I'm also developing. And you could see that the details on that map kinda got utilized well with the special props that I've come with by using those hidden objects
Openage_dev.
in your unlock in your
Not
editor.
noticeably.
Yeah, it seems like it's got stabilized now when I change it to a new scene, so that's cool. But I would just go into this project real quick.
Aegis Aoe. And censored. Good tutorial.
Hi Aegis, thanks for checking out my channel. I heard about your channel, by the way, and I've watched a little bit of stuff. You do have actually have interesting stuff.
And censored. No lag for me.
And thanks whoever just followed. I guess Aegis, you thanks for subscribe to my channel. Hope I will deliver all the Age of Empires 2 content to you in the future.
Dewey Hung 2H. Aegis Aoe.
Yeah, let's just need to speak a message first.
Thanks for following. Dewey, the virtual Vietnamese cat. Aegis Aoe. And censored. Thanks for following.
Yeah, I just I have a plan to watch your videos as well.
And censored. Hey.
It looks like some interesting stuff could be going on in your channel, so I would like to give it a follow a little bit later. But
Aegis Aoe. And censored. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, you know. Your name is a little bit long, so I guess the AI has a little bit of problem pronouncing it, but I wouldn't mind. But I'll just go into testing this map a little bit right now. Oh, I didn't. Oh yeah, because testing is on right now, right? So I would like to, I'd like to change the mode a little bit, if you don't mind. Because this map, essentially, this map has a lot of cool stuff in it. Although there's a map making stream, right? But for now, it's more like a showcasing map stream. But I would like to go into what I offer so far. You know, it's very fun to talk about this. So I like to turn test off. Probably that would do the trick.
Aegis Aoe. And censored. Really happy to hear this from you.
Yeah, and stay tuned because I do have a lot of projects going on in the background, but it's just the matter of time that I have to spend on them, essentially. And stay tuned for the cute anime girls, or else I'm gonna shoot you. Let's see if it works this time. Also, the sound is a little bit loud. I do have a lot to offer, yeah. There's a lot to offer. It doesn't seem that it activates, but whatever. That's a cool cinematic that will also activate. But for now, it's not the time for it. So I'm just gonna showcase the whole entire map now. This the whole Venice city that I'm currently building. But that's essentially a really cool stuff going on there. Like you could see the wooden
Aegis
platform
Aoe.
going on there.
And censored. Oh who?
Very interesting stuff, you know. And this like the in the future this would be named like the Taliata Central Console building and stuff like that. It's very cool. But it's like an RPG scenarios. And this acts like a main base of operations for the characters you might have, and you could recruit like different characters or change different characters in your group formations in this game. There's also a waterfall of lava on there, so that's pretty cool. Where are the main characters? Let me see. These are the equipment stuff. It seems like I need to activate my test to test my characters out. Also, there's also this entire place. It's a little bit lacking, so bear with me. You can see there's a lot of invisible units, but it's a part of the trick that I haven't showed to you. That's also a little bit of stairs on there, so that's pretty cool. And you could see there's some sort of makeshift. There's some sort of makeshift mine shaft going on there, so it's pretty cool. And if you click on a civilian, you can see the dialogue and stuff like that. Essentially, those are slaves. Or they are slave to one certain kind of spirit, so it makes them trapped on top of that. You could see that there are also stairs on this certain section, so it looks pretty cool. And a little bit of a gate bridge using wooden fence, you know, the destroyed wooden fence stuff like that. There's also this wooden mine shaft. There's also this staircase action, you know. And you could see that those are treasure chests. Very clever idea. Just make a fish trap and then just add some stuff around it. Make them look like a chest. Very cool. And there are all certain stuff like puzzles around the cave as well. You might need to solve it. And there's also this as well. You can see that's a pyre. Very cool vampire.
Sure.
And there's also a little bit of teleportation going on when certain units reach a certain location. So the world is pretty lively. I used to use this and just snap a portion of it. The guide to changing map size should be on my channel, but I snap a proportion of it and then use it as a entry to one of the contests that we have had before called Pretty Town contest. You could see that over here. That's the British Town Contest 2022. Essentially, there's a lot of good entry going on in that contest, so I didn't manage to win. But at least I made a pretty high score. Like around here, you could see the score that they have given to each of the entry. Very interesting so far. Yeah, the impending storm of Ande. It's like a intro to my map, you know. I only make like the intro section of my map, and it involves like a. Let me see if I could activate it again. Go back to the main menu. So yeah, this is the map. You could see that they give the rating very well. But essentially, someone scored better than me. I come in very close in second place. But yeah, overall, you could see that.
Open_dev. Really impressive.
I wouldn't say my stuff. I wouldn't say myself that my stuff is really impressive, but thank you. But I just want to activate this whole cinematic so I could review it. It'll be really fun to go over to this whole entire experience. Hold on, where is it? It should be over on the test section. There's a lot of triggers, you know that. Oh yeah, this one. So disable this for normal gameplay. What's the stuff?
Aegis Aoe. And censored. We need more Aoe Heaven competitions.
Yeah, we need more indeed, right? It's very fun, and essentially they give you a deadline, so you need to pay attention to that. But the deadline is pretty fun because you would have to pay attention to finishing your map. Where is it? Where is it? I kind of forgot. So maybe it
Open_dev.
I just need to.
I don't know much about Cineo design, so it's easy to impress me. Laughing face.
I guess it's simply easier to do so. But your project is more, you know, on the side of playability, right? So, still, props to your project. I would like to hear more in the future. Let's see if it works this time. I kind of forgot because I haven't been developed this map for so long, probably for months now. So there we go. Okay. It didn't get activated. Really? Alright, so I'll just use another map for this. Because that's essentially like two versions of this map. So I just gonna ignore this version. So sorry about that, because I really want to showcase this map. But yeah, Although it has been a journey though, because I've been making Age of Empires 2 map when it was in the Conquest edition. But I just skip over the HD edition. I just don't see it changes much, so I just don't want to buy a new edition. But essentially, when I hear the new, that's just for. But essentially, when I hear the news that DE is coming up, I just keep straight to the DE edition, and I just keep making content for it. I know it's very fascinating for me. Where's the version? The Awakening. There we go. This one. I just go over in this version. And essentially the older stuff that I've made, especially the Daring Do and the Sapphire Stone map. If you could see that map, I would say the trigger work is still very well done. It's like I added a lot of tricks on in that map. Wait, is it this map or is it this? Is it on the map? Let me test it. So the Daring Do map. What's up with? Oh yeah, the Daring Do map. I did have a lot of trick in that map. It's essentially involves it's like an RPG scenario where you play as a certain characters going with their adventures, and there's a certain outsider character which is reading the story, narrating the story that they have read, and it kind of got visualized on when you control the character in the story, right? Essentially, very cool plot. You can see that it works now. So I want to turn off the music because I actually add custom music in this map.
Oui, oil.
So what's wrong with the Daring Do scenario? With my English wasn't really good back then, even though I do have the skill to develop a map. But my English wasn't really good back then, even to today. But and I keep wanting to improve my English, but my English wasn't good, and there wasn't any program for you to spell check back then. So you could see there's a lot of grammatic error when you play that map. But I will go into this map a little bit, just the cinematic side of it. So you could see that we started as like a mysterious figure here. As we go into the story a little bit, you could see that this is like a fever dream. And you can see that oh wait, what's up with this? Why are they not dying? Well, they would die in 1 minute. Maybe I'm thinking that maybe the developer did something, so it kinda have some weird bugs like this. That's just my thinking. What happened to people? Like, hello? What happened to that guy? He's not dying. What is this? That could be a bug. I've seen this bug in my 13 Warlord map before. That is definitely a bug. I guess that's the dev introducing that bug. But that's just a shame. I guess we just torpedo 5 that bitch. Torpedo 6, I mean. This the depth bug, because essentially in the 13 Warlords map, there's also this bug.
OpenAge_dev. Laughing face.
You notice, right? You notice that bug, OpenAge dev. Because in the DE map, in the other maps, the 13 Warlord that I'm developing, you could notice that certain units also have their max HP being streamed around like this, so I don't know what's up with that. Might be a bug. So I just want to kill them all. I know this will screw with the map. Okay. The queen is not dying. What the heck? guess the queen is not dying when you torpedo them. Huh? Is that a bug as well? Oh, they are not. They are substitute. Ah, yeah. I can change color to them. Torpedo 4 instead, right? Oh yeah, if you torpedo, it will also remove the invisible unit, so... Ah, god damn it. Let me just do video 4, let's see if it works. But yeah, I don't know what's up with this bug. The DE dev really needs to look into it. Why did the max HP change like that? It kind of fumbles my mind. What kind of bug is it? When you change the HP, right? You notice when you change some units HP? The HP will just skyrocket for some reason. It looks a little bit stupid. Maybe you need to heal them to reset the HP or something. Oh yeah, let's just go into the cinematic again.
Okay, Pirax. Prêt.
It better work this time.
Certes. Pirax. Libé. Certes.
Oh yeah, torpedo 4 after this moment. So I don't know whether or not the cinematic units are killed off. So I need to check this. Oh, they're still there. That's fine. So you could see that it may all begin in a room, right?
Oil. Certes, Pirax.
There's also different RPG elements, like you could interact with certain objects. Like getting that hidden note unlocks you a hidden story that you could read around here. I really enjoy writing, so yeah, you could read it as you wish.
Okay, oil. Libé. Certes.
And also with this cinematic, you could go around and interact with different cinematic scenes,
Phil.
like this one, for example.
SHHHHHH.
Hello Phil, how you doing? Also, the speed is a little bit off, so I'm just gonna change the game speed now. God damn it, we discovered a bug, alright. So we might need to send it to the developer of this game. I don't know. With the speed.
Okay, fait. Certes.
So
Libé.
you could see the plot of this cinematic so far.
Phil. I back.
So you could see the plot of this cinematic so far. You are playing as Tenebri Magus, right? She's one of the main character, and it's over time. In the plot, she obtained some kind of mind controlling device called the Sick Opal or something. Kind of forget the Opal of Divination, right? That's what so-called she called them. But there is essentially a hidden god of destruction that was sealed inside that orb. That's the plot of the map so far. So with that here hidden lot of destruction, he will over time taking control of this girl mind and stuff like that, and turn her into a tyrant. And you could see that that manifesto kind of unveil if you interact with certain cinematics. So without further ado, let's just click on top of that. You could see that there's some certain features.
Oil.
Also, this used to be a table. This used to be a table, mind you. But the devs kind of screwed with it again, so it kind of looks weird. Yeah, the developer of this game, and they just keep changing things.
Prêt. Libé. Certes.
This card is still fine though. But if you go, as I demonstrate after you, if you go over, if you leave the cinematic era, the cinematic kind of stops, so you could continue that cinematic anytime. So that's like a really cool feature that I have filtered with this map. You could continue the fucking cinematic and stuff like that. You could see that this girl is being taken by
Openage
hostage.
_dev. Oh, they changed the graphics ID?
Yeah, they changed the graphics. Not the ID, but the floating ID. What do they call it? I kind of forgot the name, but some sort of ID. So you're correct on that one. They changed the ID, so it will display things a little bit wonky. For example, the snow kind of display on top of the stumps right now, for some weird reason.
Café.
Yeah, essentially you could leave the cinematic and let it continue in another day. So that's pretty cool, the stuff that I built. But essentially the main topic I would like to talk about is the props that I have built with this map, because you could see a lot of it. Like you can see the stairs, you could see the custom walls that we have around here. I think the music is a bit loud. Do you need to turn it down a little bit again? So you can see like different kind of walls and stuff. You can see like windows and stuff like that. Very cool, right?
Okay.
That's the ability you could do when if you. That's the ability you could do if you use my designer dataset mod.
Café. Terrasse.
And these are just stumps that I've aligned them in a certain way, so it looks like this. Very cool from that, I guess.
Oil.
And this Leonid, this essentially the
Order.
Denevi Magus is like a countess so far. So the countess, the duchess daughter and stuff like that. So she should be a countess. So this is the countess. This is the countess assistant, you know, and stuff like that. She's essentially a servant, like a maid. But she will also go into adventure with you and stuff like that during this cinematic.
Oil.
Bonjour.
And you can click on certain NPC and you could see their interaction. I think I added a lot of dialogues there just to make things a little bit funny. The cinematic, it's pretty cool. I just want to showcase this again because I'm just really like it. I just really like this map that I'm developing. But I'm just lazy to when it comes to actually finishing it. If you refuse our request, we should send some troops. We should send some British troops. The English collaborator to force your way, to force it my way, you know. If you don't know, there's a war going on between the 100 years war, right? This like a side fictional story when it comes to the settings behind the 100 Years War. So if you don't know, the 100 Year War is the war between the French and the English, and we are playing as the French right now. And you could see that the world is crumbling apart on top of that.
Aoe. And censored. I'm going to eat something. Have fun stream.
Yeah, bon appetit, you know. I will go into this again. So the word of this this storyboard is like you're playing the French, and the stuff that the English is like the main evil protagonist of this plot. And there will be a lot of English collaborator, and the God of Chaos that is still behind the Opera of Divination will also fuck things up a little bit more. So essentially that's the long story for you.
Okay, Pirax, oil, libet, Pirax, oil, libet.
You can see there's also an accident over here.
Oil.
That's also different scenarios because it's wartime scenarios. And this city, by the way, is currently under control with both the French. It used to belong to the French government, but recently it's being influenced by the British government, by the English government, I mean. So you could see there's a lot of chaos
Phil.
going on in this city in the future.
Music. What is the meaning of music? Music
Oh God,
is
I
a
feel-
very beautiful creation.
Not right now, come
Music
on.
makes us happy, sad, and empty.
What are you going on
Music
about?
can recall the past. The past. Something that is still mysterious.
Dude, you're not even relating to the story right now. Probably I need to turn this text-to-speech off. But after I'm going with the story, but this the chaos that will occur in the future as she
Okay.
is holding the divination orb, and she could see that the future is very grim, and so she does have a certain agenda going on her own, and it will create even more chaos. Because the god of chaos is in that divination orbs, and he tend to screw with the people's mind. And once he got hold into the contest like this, it will make some sort of influence. That's the main plot of the story. Also, it's lacking for some reason, right?
Libet.
Yeah, it looks very cool, right?
Vert.
Custom cinematic and stuff like that always are very cool in my book.
Libet.
There's also those Dangjat here
Oil.
trying to attack the countess. Oh yeah, after this cinematic goes off, you know,
Oil.
and then those bastards will do their thing.
Verax.
Yeah, overthinking stuff like that. And this Duncan, we're just gonna mess with the
Wait,
countess,
stop there.
and just so we're just gonna take care of it. It's very funny.
Libet. Vert. Verax.
Also, that's a pickpocket over there.
Kefe. Vert. Oil.
You know, the chaos is ravaging the city,
Libet.
and the countess could see that in the future.
Vert.
Oh, god damn it. It's another one of those. Do you see the HP changes, you know? God damn it. They really need to fix this. Like, what is this?
Verax.
What is this?
Oil. Libet. Vert. Libet.
So we'll skip that cinematic for now.
Oil.
They really did screw something with change object hit points. They really did screw something there.
Oil. Libet. Verax. Oil. Libet. Vert.
There's also this cinematic. It looks very cool, and you could talk this between the normal reality and so how it works at the normal reality, right? Yeah, the bugs, you know, it's really annoying. What can I say? But essentially the trick behind this is pretty clever. You could see that during the normal fog war, the normal villagers are still walking around their days, you know. The normal people are still chilling if you review the map like this. And you can also see this unit, but I will go into it in a bit. If you go Polo, for example, I kind of made a way that will make a certain type of units will be revealed to fog of war. So, so when you activate some sort of future scenes and stuff like that, like the cinematic stuff, only those units will get displayed on, and the other units will just go about their days. That kind of rhyme, you know. But I digress.
Verax.
And it returned back into the current again. It kind of returned back to the the present again after that. So it's like a neat little trick.
Libet.
Last stream to be here, so I don't have time until a month. Yeah, you gotta. I see you are taking a break, right? So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me so far. Hope you will finish whatever you are currently doing. But yeah, you know, Godspeed. Hope you are not doing anything drastic. But we'll see you again probably next month or so. But for now, good luck in the future. So we do have this certain, certain special mechanics. Also, I just want to show, what this map really looks like. I guess I always show all of them, right? But I just want to show the cinematic side of it because some of the scenes are really cool.
Pré, Pirax. Oil, Pirax. Libet, certes. Pirax.
And there's also this dude over here, no rich. Essentially a rich dude, laugh at the world and stuff like that.
Certes. Oil.
There's also this certain mechanics. I think it's pretty cool.
Oil. Libet.
You could see that the normal troops are, just doing stuff around here. Just attacking those invisible objects. If you haven't noticed, right, those the units you can place in your designer data set, it's pretty cool because you could place like a certain invisible object unit like this that you could not see in the base game, and you could make them essentially a dummy object. And I will enable the text to speech again. Hold on. So yeah, the archers are shooting on the invisible target. The men-at-arms are practicing attacking the dummy over here. So I will just go into the cinematic side real quick. You could see that this is the final stronghold. The barracks are being attacked in the future. And there are also, the reverse people, the reverse folk, and stuff like that. And the main government of this place.
Happy Ramadan to my fellow Muslims.
Yeah, happy Ramadan. I also forgot about that. Happy Ramadan, but I don't really know that much about Ramadan. And after the gates open, they just attack each other. You can see the future scenes. There are a lot of stuff happen, like different rumbles going around and different fires burning and stuff like that. So it does create like a custom atmosphere to it. I think it's pretty cool. And then that crowd right here. He is basically already one of the main characters as well.
Merci beaucoup.
Café, Libet. Pirax. Certes. Libet.
I don't know, I'm getting the French name correct.
Oil. Pirax.
So if you don't know this, Edward of Woodstock, he has a different name. I could not recall right now, but he used to be a historical figure, and you could see that he's a prominent figure here. There's also this battle when they bridge the gate.
Oil.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess the showcase is off for now. There's also certain scenes like over here and over here, but I will just stop the showcase for now. And it has been fun, showcasing the certain stuff like this. It's just my passion project. I cannot even recall Edward of Woodstock's actual name. Like, really? He was really famous, but I cannot recall the name. He was one of the prominent people in the 100 Years' War for sure. But yeah, all of this, I will come back to this map in the future, but for now, we will continue with our Vietnamese map. I really like showcasing my work. I don't know why. I do feel like certain. I do feel proud of doing stuff like that. But I don't want to get too proud, so it will become something like egotistic or something like that.
Openage_dev. It looks like you put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, I did put a lot of effort into it, so I kind of have a feeling that I would like to share that. But there are others map makers who are making more maps compared to me. I'm pretty much a perfectionist. My project is always big, but I never would I have the time to finish an actual project. That's the thing going on with my mentality, you know. That's pretty much a shame because I really want to, get my stuff out there and let people enjoy it. It's just a feeling that when you make maps for this game, you want people to playtest your products and give feedbacks, you know. There's also this special page that I would like to fix a little bit. Maybe make it a little bit shorter, like so. So it looks a little bit better, right? It looks like more depths are being put into the page. But yeah, that looks better. So let's recheck whether or not I should develop the northern province or the southern province. Let's just see if people actually take part in that on the voting. Because I do have plans for both of them. It looks a little bit better, right? Oh yeah, so people really do want to want me to develop northern Viet. So we'll develop this whole region out. I guess essentially finishing this place, but it could be that place. There's a little bit left as well, which is still, around, and I would consider the southern area of the Red River to be southern. So I just got divided by the Red River, you know. So the northern province, I like to maybe make a beachside. Maybe we'll make a beachside city today. It'll be pretty cool, right? So we'll need to look at the map a little bit. Maybe this would be Seolai, maybe. During the Middle Age, the name of the cities are all different, except for some. Oh no, I would say all the names are different. Yên Bái still Yên Bái, Thái Nguyên still Thái Nguyên. But essentially, and yeah, Hoa Lư is still Hoa Lư. But a lot of the names are different because its name, the name is more Chinese rather than Vietnamese. So you know, the names are all different. So that's a little bit of a history to you. But I would like to actually build Seolai, maybe. Maybe it's around this place. I just consider this Seolai, then maybe it's around that corner. But let's say we do have some some lakes around, so build stuff according to that place, right? And a little bit of I do mark the borders. If you look at the map, you could see that there's some sort of invisible borders on top of that, so you could see the province border pretty obviously. So I will just go into Google Map because there's no historical. I wouldn't say that there isn't much historical record when it comes to how certain city kind of looks in the past. It's kind of hard though, so I would just go with my with my own touch. That just gotta be my plan. So yeah, Jilin should be still right? Like it should be around this corner. Around that corner for sure. don't you think? Kind of feels like this is the place right here. So let me just model this city a little bit. I know this this looks like a city to you. It looks like a town or a city, suburban area. It looks like a suburban area, right? It's not an actual city. So we have a bridge over there. You could see that. So I guess that's actually that bridge. Kind of see that miles away, huh? There's also a little bit of lakes around this corner. So that essentially is this lake. So I got that right. But overall, I would say there will be a lot of farms when it comes to when it's near the lake, right, and the rivers. So you can see there's a lot of farm near the lake and the rivers and stuff like that. There's also a shrine over here, so I could model that. Very cool, very cool. But essentially there would be some sort of mountain range over here. Right. That is my plan for now. Very interesting. And there will be a small gap around the mountain range as well. So I would like to get this correct. Yeah, you can see the river is actually here. Actually. So it might be a little bit off, yeah. So the mountains are more like over here. Right? The mountains are all the way over here. Kind of stretch away from there. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do a little bit of cheating. I'm just gonna copy this whole section. That is my way of cheating, you know, building stuff. Oh yeah, I should switch it to this screen, by the way, so you could see that I forgot to show this screen, so you could see the Google Map section. Right, when I up tapped, you didn't really manage to see all of this stuff, you know. So yeah. Still, well, we are unprofessional. We are small-time YouTubers. We're just starting. So we might need a little bit of advice and situational awareness. Also, why am I keep saying we? It's just me, you know. But I will learn this in the future, if you don't mind. Maybe we don't really need that waterfall, right? Or it could be cool if we have a waterfall layering on top of there. But those look pretty cool. I guess it's pretty much in line with the terrain anyway. That's what I'm gonna do. And then there's gonna be a little bit more mountain range over here. I would just do it smaller, maybe. Maybe I just gonna have like a lake there, and there will be a bridge that connects to Pakkan or something. That would be cool. That would be pretty cool. But what we'll do is we'll spot another place on the map. This is pretty cool. So I'm gonna save the game now. We'll put this over here. Not like it's pretty cool, but we could salvage it, of course, right? I want the mountain range to be a little bit apart from each other. And I don't know whether or not for those who are new to my channel, you might think that this is actually my first debut. I essentially prepared like a voice filter and everything. But for those who are just check, you might get wicked out and turn the stream off or something, because I'm not really a female. But you know, paper fool's joke at the end of the day. We'll switch back to the original avatar. I don't tell the future me like that. Don't tell the future me a plan like that. We'll stick with the anime girls, and people will be forced to watch it. Oh yeah, also yeah. That's also one thing I have noticed, right? There's also a guy over. There's also a dude. His name's Vedo. I don't know if you have known a lot about Vtuber and streaming and stuff like that. But there's also a guy who named Vedo. Also, yeah, speech chat.
Open_dev.
There we go.
Laughing face.
I always want the text-to-speech lady to speak your message, unless you're spamming about irrelevant shit like few earlier. But still, I do know a guy. His name's Fedo. I haven't watched much of his stream, but he essentially the first one to develop a streamer AI. It's pretty funny because the AI just keep talking to you don't need to do anything, just let the AI do the talking when the AI read the chat out. So it's essentially borrowing the OpenAI. It essentially borrowed the OpenAI API and stuff like that, and work with that. So it's pretty cool. But the special thing about it is he also used a stock model. So if you don't know this anime girl avatar over here, she's essentially one of the stock model in VTube Studio. So you could use her for free. I know what the precaution may be, but you could use her for free. Just use her to test around and stuff like that, right? I don't know if there would be any precaution for using stuff like that, but he seems pretty popular, and his AI streamer is very popular. So I don't know. There might be not even any repercussion if you use those free assets, you know. Kind of like how when you use free assets from Unreal Engine to try to develop a game, right? Eventually, I guess if you don't really monetize it, it will always be free. But if you monetize it, maybe it will have some. I mean, games these days also use assets for free nowadays. In their, I do see like different cheap Unreal Engine game project that will also use the assets for free. So it will essentially be a non-issue. That's what I'm assuming, but still, right? You would never know for sure unless it happened to you. Because, well, when it comes to certain topics, it's kind of obscure, and you do need to keep an open mind, and keep in touch whether or not you never know unless it happens to you. That's the lesson of this. That's the moral of the story. Yeah, that's what I'm planning to say. So I need to drink some water. But yeah, I don't know. I know about you all, but I really enjoy April Fools as well as like a holiday, because people can do special stuff with their without their friends, you know, they could actually pull pranks off, and you wouldn't get judged out of that because it's April Fool's. April Fool is like a great excuse for doing mischievous stuff, and it's always a good excuse to do some special prank as well. For example, me becoming an anime girl, right? Hey, it's not really a joke, you know. I'm actually meaning it. I'm serious. I'm gonna become an anime girl from now on, and you cannot stop me. Let me fish some of those Sims money, you know. Although I'm not actually earning money in this channel. No. I haven't got myself big enough to do that yet. YouTube requires you to go over to a certain sort of a special threshold for you to get those kind of benefits. But we'll go. Oh yeah. You actually say this right. There's some lakes around here, but you don't need to pass it or anything. There are a lot of lakes going on in this country. There's also this shrine over here. You can see it. Oh yeah, man, I need to show the screen. Even though I think when I show this screen, it tends to lag the entire stream for some reason. Sorry about that. Oh, so I could oh yeah, I would make the Python kit, stuff like that. So just need to pick like a special pagoda over here. Probably this will do just fine. But yeah, if you haven't noticed, we also have like a special voice line over here on this channel. Soundboard. Barely do I utilize this, but it's just for fun. I came prepared, you know. And anytime there would be a situation, I would play the soundboard if I even remember how to use it. Oh yeah, I could make a cave in this mountain. That would be pretty cool, right? Just make a cave over here. Kinda reminds me to that arch over here, that stone arch over there, kinda reminds me to make a cave. It kinda screams a cave to me. So I just want to do it. But you need to move everything out of the way. We'll get rid of this maybe. So yeah, that place, it's like a cave. So what you might not know is there's some sort of a layering mode when it comes to map making, terrain painting and stuff like that. I already went over it in one of my tutorials called Overall Guide to Scanner Editor. You may want to check that out. It's not Christmas yet, you Santa Claus. Although it's April Fool's, so anything can happen. I would mind for Christmas to happen right now, actually. Why not? Why not? Christmas is like the best holiday out of the year, right? To all the you Christian out there. There's also a bit of a, if you don't know, Vietnam is mostly an atheistic or slash Buddhist country, right? But if you don't know, since we are way under colonial rule, we also have a bit of a Catholic population in here, taking about 15% of the population. So yeah, a small fact for you. We don't have a lot of great church over here. You could see that one of the church also in Hanoi is called the Great Cathedral and something like that. Very big. Yeah, to learn. Yeah. It's actually called the Big Cathedral, so it's very funny. But I just want to, if you layer this black, for example, and you layer grass on top of it, you might see some certain effect like the stuff. But I might want to just layer wet gravel, so it would look actually better. So you could see that this is like a wet gravel normally, right? Lay on top of grass, this layer on top of grass, but there's wet gravel normally.
What region in North Vietnam are you modeling again?
Oh yeah, I'm modeling this place. I'm showing it to you. Essentially, I did modeling all the different cities, all the important cities over here, like over here. Like all the big cities that I made already, but some smaller cities that I haven't made, like this province right here called Quảng Ninh, you know. Probably around Quảng Ninh, yeah, around Quảng Ninh for sure. But it used to have like a different name back in the past. Like around here, it will be called Lũy Khuê or Siêu Loại, something like that. The actual city is named Siêu Loại, so might just call the actual city name. So I'm just modeling Siêu Loại for now. Around this area, just so you know, around this area, and you could see that in the Google Maps. Because I don't really see, like, I cannot really check like the medieval map of the area. There isn't really much when you Google search them. Like a medieval map of Vietnam, you cannot see much. There isn't much historical record, so I'm just gonna borrow Google Maps to see the actual modern place out. But yeah, that's just an excuse for me to, I guess, go into it a little bit furthermore. But well, you could actually search like the map of Đại La, for example. It used to be a map. Just the big cities that you could actually see the map of the place, like a map of the medieval great cities like Đại La. So if you don't know, let me search Đại La for you. Not the street of Đại La, okay. But yeah, this is the city of Đại La. You could say that it's part of northern province as well. But it's essentially the capital of Đại Viet. You could say that that is the place that separates between north and south, according to me, in this map. But this Đại La, this is the main capital, you know. I kind of modeled it after this map. Looks very cool. I mean, it looks very blocky, but I like it. Looks very one-dimensional with the overall moat and stuff like that. The overall moat looks pretty cool, right? And the walls behind it, and the main cathedral looks pretty cool. And this is the real world equivalent of the map. No, it's essentially looks the same. So I modeled it after this. It looks pretty cool. Only some certain maps that you could only check it out, but with some less populated area like this, I guess I would just have to rely on Google Maps. And also this stream is just me being an anime girl for a day. I would like to joke around a little bit. I can place stuff like this. So you don't know, I'm just placing clips that you could place with the data set, so it's pretty cool, right? Also, I would like to make this place a little bit darker. Yeah, this darkness is not enough. I would like to make it a little bit dark over there, so it looks a little bit more three-dimensional, you know? It looks like an actual cave now. But if you add more stuff into it, for example. Oh yeah, my audio is working perfectly. But if I add more stuff into it, you could see that it looks a little bit more fine. Oh yeah, I want to add like a Python kit in this area. So I'm just gonna add it there, and then I will add like a special staircase, like so. Like I will just use crack and add a staircase on top of that. It does work, you know. It looks like a dirt. It looks like a dirt staircase, and it does looks nice. But we also need to build like roads on between different cities and stuff like that. So we might want to check Google Maps for that. So I just want to go over a little bit of the regions around here. I think it's pretty cool. Like you have some sort of snake-looking kind of rivers over there. Looks very greenery, right? It looks like this place kind of separated the place into two parts, and I really like it. This also have a little bit of a hills going around. You can see that those are granite rocks, maybe. It looks like granite. Oh, I don't know what the actual name might be. Limestone. Do we have any special stuff around the lake? I would like to see. There's a dock. That's not a dock, but a temple. Huh? It looks like a dock to me, right? Maybe a dock temple. But that would be interesting for sure. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom it on a little bit. Oh yeah, the text appreciation.
Open_dev. Ah, I thought it must have been along the Red River.
It is along the Red River. Although, you know, the Red River Delta is a little bit broader than you might think. So this is still the Red River. This is still the Red River. You see, right? The Red River Delta. It's like a delta. So the Red River kind of got split into many tributaries, kind of stuff like that. So what am I saying? Hold on. I need to close this just to make stuff a little bit smoother. Oh yeah, this place. Is it actually a Buddhist temple? I guess it's a Buddhist temple. Yeah, you could say that there's a small temples with trees around, but around the area it looks like an industrial complex. Kind of, right? So it does look funny to me. It's like a small temples around a huge industrial complex, and I don't know what to say about that. Maybe it's like a protected territories and stuff like that, you know. And people cannot do with that historical temples, so they just build around it. But it looks a bit funny to me. That's it. So we do have farms going around. I guess that rivers kind of connects itself to the Red Rivers actually. You know, the tributaries over here, that should be Bạch Đằng. Bạch Đằng is one of the tributary of the Red Rivers. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's one of the tributaries, but I don't think we can kind of convey it in this map. Maybe we could have a little bit of small river that connects to here. Maybe. I'll consider it. Maybe. I need to. It tends to a little bit bug out sometimes when you switch tab. So I need to. Yeah, there we go. It works again. Just a sorting element is a little bit bug out. But I kind of want to connect this to the Bạch Đằng. I guess it's Bạch Đằng, right? That should be Bạch Đằng. Also, if you don't know, by the way, when I first generated this map, I used a special tool called what's the name? Let me see again. Imaginario, yeah, that's it. Imaginario. So let me just share another useful tool for all of you. It's called Imaginario. Yeah, this one. This is a very useful tool. It kind of convert like a word map, like a map essentially, right? You paint it in a certain color, and the tool will actually print out a certain map that is workable in Age of Empires 2. So let me just demonstrate that for you. It's very cool. I know where I might put it. Oh, god damn it. My window kind of crashed. Huh. I know that's a horrible sign. Whatever, but essentially it's like a very useful tool. Alright, it's a very useful tool. I need to switch to this screen so it will prevent the lag. But it's essentially a very useful tool to convert a real world map into Age of Empires 2 map. That's essentially what I use. So you do see that this map of Vietnam essentially got generated by Imaginario. Very cool. I just snap a picture of this part of Vietnam, and then just recolor it a little bit for Imaginario to work with, and then it generates exactly that map. So it's very cool. And then I just paint it. I just painted over it or afterward. It's very cool, right? There needs to be more. Then there needs to be more tools like that, I would say. Also, let me just check this area again. There seems to be like a really small basin over here. That looks like a water dam. A reservoir, right? Yeah, that's like a water dam over here. Interesting. So maybe we could perhaps have a little bit of waterfall over here. That's fine, and then it will just connect to this whole giant lake and stuff like that. That would be cool. It will look a little bit swirly around also. Let's just do it like that. That's the whole river kind of thingy. But I'll just paint it with water to the bridge. For example, so if you don't know, I do have another script. Let me just show it a little bit. I do have a script that will convert all the water bridge into water shallow and stuff like that. So I will just show it to you. This time once again with the scanner parser tool. So I'm just gonna show it to you. So here I do comment all of this auto stuff, but if you want to find water shallow and change it to a water bridge, essentially I can do stuff like that. So why use water bridge essentially? The main reason for that is because if you use water bridge, you can paint over elevation, right? Because it's essentially not water, but you can actually paint it over elevations and stuff like that, and you could change the elevation later. But if you use water shallow, for example, you cannot paint it on some part of elevation, like some part of elevation transition, right? And that's the limitation of water shallows. You can only paint those on flat surface and so it's like a limitation, I would say. But I would just use water bridge, so I could convert it into a water shallow in the future, and that is pretty good. We just need to run the script, we need to comment this script. Although I will comment it later, but this part right here, just find water bridge and change it to water shallow. So what we do is we find all the water bridge that is ID 28 right here, and on top of that we also want to find all the water shallows, because why not? And optional is that the optional things we could add is that bonus layering on top of the water, so it would look actually like water, even though it's water bridge. So I kind of layer it with water shallows and all the stuff like that, and we just automatically got layered on. So it's pretty cool, with no terrain restriction and on top of that. So all the terrain I found in the map, right, when we run the script. So if the terrain is equals to allowed terrain, you know, like the 2801 here, just gonna find all the water shallow or water bridge, and then we just gonna change it into terrain layer. Essentially, we just all change into a terrain ID number 1, so it's all turned into water shallows. It's just gonna be all water shallows, or in the future. But now we just leave this script for now. I just want to paint a water bridge instead because it's pretty much more versatile. That's the word. But essentially, you need could rock on top of that, so it's like one thing you should get noticed. It's like one thing you should be noticed of. And you could change the terrain, it's fine, and it wouldn't change the terrain of a water bridge or something. That is pretty much allowed.
Openage_dev. Alright, I actually have to leave now to do some work. But I will definitely look at your GitHub in more depth later, smiley face.
Well, my GitHub is essentially nothing, but yeah, well, good luck with your work.
Openage_dev. And the tutorial video where you are a cat, of course.
Yeah, when I'm a cat. Shh, don't tell about my future Patreon. They might fund my anime avatar. But yeah, good luck with your whole venture capital. Try to do some work to make us honest living. You know, I respect that. But yeah, thanks for checking my stream out. Speaking of work, I need to you know, get another job. We're just gonna paint this over, yeah. Also, the trees, man, it kind of bugging me. So I need to copy this section of the map. Maybe we can have a little bit of this.
Bye bye.
Yeah, bye. We'll see you again in the future. I guess that's that. Thanks for OpenH there for following my channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. And yeah, we'll do more of this map making stream. Although I do take myself some joy on making other content, such as playing historical games and like Europa Universalis 4 and stuff like that. But yeah. Do come check over when I do map stream like this. I think it's pretty relaxing, and we could talk to it, we could talk to each other. And I really do enjoy the interactive aspect of streaming. So in the future, you know.
Openage_dev. Thanks for following.
So yeah, in the future we'll meet again.
Duwei, the virtual Vietnamese cat. Openage_dev. Thanks for following.
Yeah, but today it's just April Fool's Sky. Don't take it seriously. Also, I do have a plan to have like a separate April Fool's stream, so that would be special. We'll react to some movie clips, maybe. I know if that will get me copyrighted or not, but maybe I need to have a better idea. Maybe that will actually screw up my channel. Who knows? I do have a plan to watch a movie that I'm finishing called Resident Evil. I'm finishing like the last part of the movies, but essentially I kind of enjoy the series so far. Very. It does go into politics a little bit, but it's essentially like a survival horror zombie genre. You know, who doesn't like a good zombie? Who doesn't like a good zombie film, am I right? I know, maybe only children do not, but I just always enjoy a good zombie horror game. I mean movie. I mean, speaking of game, right? Resident Evil, it's essentially a game, but they are making like they're making like an adaptation of the game, so to say. So it's pretty cool, even though the movies doesn't really follow the source materials, the Resident Evil's franchise source materials, but it's still very cool at the end of the day. I still highly regard it as a movie. It does have some creative plot going on there. So why not? Let's just let people doing. Let's just leave the script writer to it, you know. They could come up with some interesting stuff. Even though a lot of I've seen a lot of Resident Evil fan got I've seen that the sentiment of a Resident Evil fan that they don't really like the movie just because it's different, and it could be written a little bit more crap compared to the source material. But I just find it fine. If you translate the game, you know, the game essentially forces you to go into different part of the map and try to farm your characters up and try to unlock different secrets, right? Essentially, if you try to convert the game into a movie, yeah, that's a lot of things to convert. But they just go ahead and develop a different plot to the movie, and that I can appreciate. They just don't need to showcase all of those stuff that are going on with the game. It's just kind of non-essential at some point, you know. That's my whole, you know, thinking process. It's just that it's fine. Some people do really like to stick to the source material, but for me, it's the creativity. At the end of the day, if you can create something good, why not just stick with creating something good, right? You have the creative freedom to do it. That's my whole thought process.